Okay. Pull this up here. Let's do a little bit of brightness. Turn that down. Turn this up. Turn that down. And I knew I was forgetting something. The lights here are a little crazy, so I have to do a little tweaking here. There we go. Okay. Interruptible practice mode. So I'm just gonna play this until we get a request in. I'm just gonna fill the space here, yeah? The moment we're on an interruptible practice mode, so if I get a request in, I'll play that instead. But at the moment, I'm just gonna work on this because I can't think of what else I'd like to play at the moment. Nice to see you. Would you like to hear Sit Up, my love? Now that you've got a better internet connection, presumably. Hold on. I forgot to drop the sharp. Why did I forget to drop the sharp? Oh my goodness. Is actually crocheting. I wasn't actually sure whether you're a person who crocheted for a person named Crochet. Everything I know about the yarn crafts sounds like it would induce a lot of profanity in general. I listened to someone who knitted a lot. They were a person who expressed a lot of profanity in the first place, but it was accentuated by the knitting. Perfect. Okay, so that's a new section. I'm down at page 4. I'll come back to that after this request. So when I'm on interruptible practice sessions, I'll be playing something in between any live requests. Love to play live requests. Here we go. Sit up. That was weird. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's see if we can kind of like work into this, yeah? Anyway, I was not joking when I said that I'm late because I touched grass. I had to mow the lawn today. And now I smell like grass, but you can't smell it, so it's fine. Many viewers have their regular requests. They are welcome. Because each time you request this one, it's going to get better. Hopefully. I mean. One of those rhythms where each time I tackle it, it's gonna synchronize a little faster, but you just heard synchronization. half of us out here smelling like grass today, huh? Thank you for that request for a setup, my love. Much appreciated. That was lovely. I forgot to get water. I'll be right back. And for that, hydrate with extra reverb for 10 times the channel points of a regular hydrate. I am glad that you're liking the progress on that piece because, yeah, it's literally the only times I played it was when you've requested it, so I think it's doing pretty well for a third shot. Does that mug say Izzy? It does not. It says this. Let's see. Can I get it in focus? Although at some point I'll have to design a mug for myself. Maybe I'll design a mug that says Izzy Paradox branded hydraulic battery. Or something like that. Something goofy like that. Oh, what does that mug say? Yes, I love cats. So. No flux given. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen it, but I do want that mug now. So we were at the top of the 4th page here. Huh? I'll go to the next section before next request. Because there's no other requests in the queue right now. most of what I'm gonna be doing here is finding like one note per page to fix. It's like, other than that, the entire page is easy. Well, kinda. That's a very high note that I'm gonna write down the name for. B. It's pretty high up. That justifies writing something in. It's pretty high up there. Make a star here. Mark out the accidentals because that's gonna take a little while. La Campanella is off limits. Unfortunately, I've already made an attempt on that one and it's blacklisted for, despite the fact that I love that piece of music, do not have the physical capability to execute it. So it can't even be requested as a live learn. You can't even pay me to play it. Azarias. Classical set is great. Been practicing it for a few decades. Oh, really? So you've been working on these tracks. One of the other ones from Billy Joel's Fantasies and Delusions that I taught myself to learn on stream was Reverie. And I think that's the hardest track on the album. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't actually tested all of them with my hands, so... But it's nice to meet you, because almost no one I've met so far has actually heard of Billy Joel's classical tracks prior to me bringing it up. But that's cool. Have you ever played them on stream? Well, let me start with, do you stream? Do you stream piano? And third, have you streamed I don't know what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought so fast. It just went. That was an interruptible practice, so we'll get back to the aria in a moment, but first we're going to play Für Elise. I have very little certainty about how this is going to turn out because I improvise on Fear at least because I don't want to play exactly what's on the page, but I also don't know how I do it each time, so it's kind of like a surprise every time. It can turn out badly. I apologize in advance, but this is the gamble that you take when you click on something that says improvised for a person who's tone deaf. Do skip a few sections, stream rarely. He goes by William Joel on that. Oh, well, I got... Sorry, I'm listing his classical tracks also under Billy Joel, but... Okay, that was like one of my better, if slightly still erratic, runs of Fear at least. Thank you for requesting that. Never know what you're gonna get. Very much box of chocolates problem with this one. But that turned out all right. Hawk6 Phoenix, nice to see you. Thank you for the claps, Crochet. Halo. Sorry, I'll pull it back out. Halo from Honkai Impact. Hawk. No! Did I have a theme from Halo on the song list? Thank you for the clap, Silbert. Peepaw, glad you enjoyed it. Thanks. Hawk, I pulled it out. Try again. Oh, I forgot to check how far we got into this one. Oh, yeah. Soliloquy. I don't remember if I've attempted soliloquy. I wonder if it's on the song list. I have a lot from his album on the song list, but I didn't add everything because I was like, well, I should not bite off more than I can chew. Wasn't mentally prepared for that one. Thank you for your lurk, Hawk. I was like, what's that moving in the corner of my eye? It's the shadow of a very much shaking tree. Fluqua! Yes! Okay, that's a perfect excuse to jump out of this. I'm on page 7? Okay. I'm gonna play the Halo theme first because this is for Hawk. And I have pushed off enough of his requests in the past. I think I know this one. The waltzers are nice. Oh yeah, the waltzes are gorgeous. It is nice to meet you. All right, that was more practice mode than I had anticipated for the Halo theme, but I think I simply forgot how scuffed the middle of that is. Thank you for requesting it, Hawk. It's kind of back on my radar now. I keep forgetting, like, the middle. I don't really know that well. Thank you for the claps. It got the essence of most of the Halo track there. So, pretty happy. Our good old regular hydrate for a single channel point. Flocroix. Perfect. Definitely need to drink water to sing this, so. Destiny has some similar songs. Same composer that did Halo. Ah. Huma? Sick request. I'm looking forward to it. Also, I forgot to say hello, Huma. Nice to see you.
Thank you for requesting it.
It's been a hot second, so I forgot a little bit of my vocal memory on this one. For the words, I still got the notes. The notes are. I'm surprised at how well I've retained the notes. So I'm pretty pleased by that. Thank you for requesting it. I love le coeur. Thank you. Thank you. Do it for fun. But I'm glad it's, like, decent. I do have the very slight advantage that even though I don't know Japanese, just generally being a person who has some experience with Asiatic languages, Japanese was, at least it was written out. That did help a lot. The words were written out in here, so. Second Law by Muse. This is a live learn. This is gonna be cool. The second law, isolated system. Live learn. is super cool. Thank you for requesting it. That one's gonna be familiar. It hasn't quite clicked all the way, but it's definitely improved. So, definitely in a really nice place. That one's definitely, like, you chill out to that. You zone out to that one. I mean, I think the original track has an announcer kind of reciting the second law of thermodynamics, which is super cool. But I am afraid I am not given the words for that, so... Muse, second law, isolated system. Add start in 8 seconds. Who's requesting the next one? Dispossession. Huma. Oh, you're fine. This one is a live learn. Too familiar. Nice. I do have a lot of Toho music. Glad. I have a few frequent players here who enjoy Toho very much. Since Huma just requested the second law, let's bump this up. On to the Toho project. Again, Silkyo, God's Loft. How fast? How fast was I taking this? Here. It's on the song list. It's not a live learn. Well, the good news is that live learns on the song list are free, so. Glad you enjoyed that. Thank you for requesting that. The Toho project is very popular, and good thing I can play it. It's not for everyone, but good thing I can play it. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. And I'm back. Dispossession from Muse. Oh, do you stream people? I never actually asked. Why did I say it was by Muse? It's from Near. I think my brain said 4 letters. Guess. Dispossession. Here we go. Auto crop? Pop that in there. Alright. How well do I know this one? I let the song list tell me how well I know pieces of music because I can't remember anything, so. Apparently, I know this one. Wait, hold on. Wait. I think the way I'm counting this is weird. Or the way it's written is weird. Okay. Peepaw, believe me, I noticed. Started trying to 1 to 5 star music and 4 score just to keep track. So many sheets that keep going. So you know the struggle. I've just actually been quite literally using the streamer song list to keep track of how progressed I am on a piece of music. And I also use it to keep track of what are my favorites, which is most of them. Thank you for the request, Huma. Sigma's theme from Overwatch, a guy I am totally normal about. I've been working on, like, yanking that last part into more of a state of madness. So it turns out a little differently every time, but I think I like the way that I did that, because it's still kind of, like, sharp and clean, but the rhythm is warped. Not because I think too much about that guy's lore or anything. This is from Ace Attorney. A medley. This one's one of those tracks where I'm going in both blind and deaf. We're just kind of like letter rep with exactly what's on the page, so I apologize if it doesn't have quite the right vibe. I believe this is very much in practice mode. Glad you love it. Hey Emmett, how are you doing this evening? Oh, I have no idea what brand this headset is. Is cheap. Wait, did you say KZ? How'd you know? Anyway, it says it is in fact the KZ ZSN Pro. Double magnetic dynamic balanced armature. Pure treble dynamic low frequency. I'm not sure how I feel about them, to be honest, but they were really cheap. I was kind of stingy for that one. This is to myself, so. Regardless, the important thing was that I used to use really big headphones, but it limited my accessorizing. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to get these monitors to replace those big headphones. And now I can wear dangly earrings, which is really fun. Otherwise, I don't have a lot of opportunities to wear dangly earrings. They're like a bit much in person with my outfit and my general size. It's a person. Really short, but it works really nicely in stream. It's a planet, and the other one's a little astronaut. There's a theme going on here. I love asymmetrical earrings. They're fun. They're fun. Oh, right. We got a request for a cat. Exactly, Eucor. Thank you, Emmett. I'm going to find a cat. For 1,234 channel points. Where's Momo? Look, a menace. This one's Hope. She is short for Hopeamine. Say hi. Do you have anything to say for yourself? There she goes. That was show us a cat for 1,234 channel points. Sorry, cats are like really finicky, so. Hold up, cat. Raucous applause. That is a horrible place to take a metal railing. I don't have enough earring hoops. I am hoping at some point to get some more. I have like very small hoops, but I think that now that I'm wearing earrings on stream, I have room to wear quite a few more hoops. So that's going to be fun. The cat chaos continuum, yeah. So that's Hope. And we say it's short for Hopeamine, because that's really fun. I remember the plugs. Gonna do a little bit more on the Billy Joel aria. I'm still open for requests. I still have the energy to play, so. I'm gonna just write this note down. This is a G. Okay. Middle of page 9-ish. Alright. Let's see what's on it. Stream Elements is going nuts. It does tend to happen. The Riverside view. Tour. Or something like that. Sorry about the butchered pronunciation, I'm sure. How well do I know this? Practice mode. Oh, okay. 140. think what's funny is that I have not played any Toho games, but I think that applies to almost everything on the song list. Like, a lot of the video game music on the song list, let's not count Genshin statistically, because that's kind of inflated, but everything else, much of it comes from games that I've never played before, that I've never even owned the console to play before. So it's been kind of fun, like, learning the music from these games from this direction. There it is. Bayonetta. Hello, welcome back, Hawk. Oh my god, the Piano Concerto third movement. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Appreciate the offer. Yay, I should grab coffee, return to driving. Wow. Wishing you a safe drive. Emmett, thank you so much for the whooping claps. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Okay. So I'm gonna shuck the aria off the list for now. We're gonna play Bergen Trucken first. And it's cleaning the keys. I'm taking hydrate. Fun fact, I was literally cleaning the keys to record that sound. Take care, Crochet. Have fun with the doggies and modding. Thanks for requesting that, Peepaw. Perfect. This is, I had a moment of, what's that noise? No, it's my cats fighting. Take care. Thanks for hanging out and for your requests. I think nearly 10 p.m. My energy's starting to fry out. I'm so sorry, Hawk. The jingle jingle is, in fact, one of the cats, so. Okay. We'll call it here. Hawk, I shall attempt this, concerto soon, but this week's gonna be brutal, so I think I might as well take care now. Grab a rate call of your choosing. Sarah made ice cream for us. Grab that. How do I find out who is twitching today? Following. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen him on. Thank you. You're so kind. Grab a raid call of your choosing. Let's lurk now. Let's raid now. Kuyasai music, amazing singer, also pianist, lovely to hear. And I will see you all later this week. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for playing Live Action Pianist Simulator.